54 minutes after 3, 94.7 Asempa FM, Sony Ekosiisen Jumedian Wasuguswa, Utien Medidio say Bonsu, Fremi Obi. Yatnasi 6:30 p.m. near the Jumediano Eba, Yameka say the national organizer of the NPP, Sammi Awuku Atnase, Yaneno Eba Ababidi and Komo Yurian Sana, Yadi and discussion segment, no. Atwa Musumamin Kaya Muse, ye one-on-one interview session ni having insecticide spray and coil. Having the unim say a bakope and the paying spray and even a pay a coil and be kumuntuntum team na aseja with sham strong con ewo etri omoboy and napa foods say oye napa no suku and napa foods ye we napa spaghetti and napa tuna and napa mackerel and napa sardine and napa chocolate drink and napa unique soy sauce bebre into upebi aduane ye de papa menka and adao Hepa Plus mixture so dra ya hu de ro abo so pedro bema we gina wonan so a strengthen we immune system na bibia timi akoyi amount eboa restore body function na ema utimi egina esi yare nyinara ano Hepa Plus mixture. It helps the liver and other vital organs to correct problems such as excess body fat, overweight, menstrual disorders, sexual weakness, high sugar levels, general weakness, etc. And the Hepa Plus mixture for general well-being. Emma apomodeni ampa into pedro pa ebema ho asisi wo ho so na yeka health well-being enti unya bia ebeboa your plasmox mixture no so malaria na how in just 4 days it will treat malaria and correct all the symptoms of malaria kama plasmox mixture and your pavi mixture no so immune system support I am our blood cells na ye adwuma kama enti Hepa Plus Plasmox and a pavi. Nina Bakubia 10 Ghana cedi, 10 Ghana cedi, born airful. Na ejuma ebonese when ye nse catcher. Me pacho one Ebenage Herbal Production and Consult for Ninkomo 0549 297 463 0549 297 463. Omo boy ma ye de one-on-one interviews no ebremo enya wonkwa Consolidated Bank of Ghana enswe ka ho na CBG say or the CBG Flex Plus aba CBG Flex Plus no a hybrid account serve the purpose of both current and savings. No, a current account and a savings account. What it means is amount the flexibility to transact with checks. Na asanso aboa mo enjoy some incredible benefit into our competitive interest earning account, no monthly maintenance fee, sikabia yama access to digital banking, access to checkbooks, access to ATMs. Na yama kwai so ma we 4 withdrawals per month, even though a savings account no utimi 4 times within a month. A current account there, by my own team every day now interest net me aso the support at the amount of BBA akoye into so you enjoy high interest on your deposit and still be able to operate as you wish. Unti BBA see woni CBG ninkomo 0302 216 000 0302 216 000 Oko CBG branch be a benwa yibitimi abwa ewa sa kwan. So CBG or say we stand with you. Mema Sammi Akwaba na afeyen shasi enin komo. Sammi Awuku, national organizer NPP. Sammi say the American akano o messages ne so no o de buy beboa in 0548 955 947 0548 955 947. That's our WhatsApp line for messages, Nebra, and then would deal with them for you. Intimation. So Sammi Akwaba na apomi ade.
Major so. Obi, na me Moses me hu wache.
Enye easy.
Na abe won sire wo mu wa techemada bodwem. Yeah. Na moje de afusani de. Not just said the covenant keeping God, no. He's kept his covenants too with us. Now, I'm excited to be home.
Fantastic. Fantastic.
Ekosiisen. And people will be.
The people's Sammi Awuku. No, Eddie, my nurse say you told Safra what to me, Ajay, so one thing I've observed this anytime Sammi Awuku ever interview had a party for na baby good multimedia nim ha chapo esremo interview near sense omra o party issues NPP head office no asylum down aha o asylum down ho na ye parties e mo ka wo enye multimedia aha the interview esremo mo amaba begu na manya reports nipa begu anim na se wani ense o ka che esremo mo nkotwen e wa asylum down if I asylum down general secretary wo ho national chairman wo ho youth organizer wo ho omunyina wo aha na yenya mre enye yen interview Sammi MPP mujina monan so
oh ye jina na so na yedi kan ma menfo afidie so mfa ncha kese ema wetiefo Ghana man ene NPP koma na emsabato 2020 de ewie ehon komodie ne ehon dare ekotwen yeso so wo court asem and also so yeah, baby. Now we have a country to govern and a nation to lead. For the next 3.5 years or so. And another danko ekufu adone NPP amanioko. Yete Ghana kunya kesi so. It is important say as a party na so brano no. Yenemo ye kotiebe kanfo ye media. And then central for your no so twetwen komo na yehwe bebia yeso ya babidu na as a party too no you to abawi yeso your own internal cycle we embark upon e be it say yet committee you de hwehwe about we call ye ne ko yi ne anko yi bebia si ehemu kena ba ye dwumadie mu ene bebia so a yigidi say ye chia ne asi etene no. Into year 2 it's been about 5 months. The Osafo-Manfo-led committee, National Council of the Party in Tunisia. Almost I feel no more Jumedie. Now I know more presented a report to national leadership.
Oh, okay.
Yes, also no. I feel you be pensing as a party. Near when you womb, near chair, and yes, ye. Now you are prepared also for the National Executive Committee. Yeah, about NPP more. The structures now in such a way say the highest decision making body, which is the National Delegate Conference.
Okay.
And no mu share afibia. We National Delegate Conference at the next body oba the National Council.
Okay.
National Council no and the second highest. About the third highest the National Executive Committee. Now for about the fourth steering committee.
Steering committee.
Now, the steering committee of the party is made up of the 10 elected national officers.
Okay.
Plus the presidential candidate or the president, plus the vice presidential candidate or the vice president.
Or the running mate.
Or the running mate. And the leader of the parliamentary party, when we are in power, is the majority leader. In opposition is the minority leader. And I feel the chairperson of the Council of Elders. Inti Ushema.
Steering committee.
These are the steering committee members. The steering committee needs to share every 2 weeks. Na mame mo na nado dan kwakufu ado abaso Ghana mampeni no matter his schedule he makes time for party leadership meetings. Not just a man of many parts. He gives what belongs to Caesar and what belongs to God. Inti as a leadership no yesanso this year neso say Osafo-Manfo committee here na dwuma no. Here, as national officers, we decided to engage the regions once again to say thank you for their extraordinary performance and show that they put up. And now, to also educate them on party programs that for instance, is the view of the party leadership. Say July, a year constituencies in the delegate conferences.
Okay.
And their bobo or monema and their plans getting to the end of the year. And if there are any resolutions they want to generate towards the regional delegate conferences and subsequently the national.
To the national.
In this year constituency in July, Abrewa, Puma Kwemu, na Enema Tutoye, and in line with protocols. Now, for a year regional delegate conferences in August. In near constituencies, any resolution and proposals they sponsor towards the regional delegate conferences. Then the regional delegate conferences will also deliberate upon na ibi also their ba National Delegate Conference. I hear share NMC idea no be call November 2021.
And when for elections?
No.
Okay.
Is to once again brainstorm to deliberate upon our programs and our phases to take decisions. And the National Delegate Conferences, if there are any sponsored proposals for constitutional amendment, National Delegate Conference to deliberate upon it. Now we are since about constitutional provisions in Bima, we use the month of December to prepare these amendments and then push it into our constitution. Then January you will have a document. Juma a constitution. Now you are to about a polling station executives in January.
In next year, January. Before Saubema in our timetable, this regional tours are more now a recommendation from the Osafo Committee.
No, Osafo Committee only finished this work and submitted its report yesterday.
Okay.
It cannot be on my report on the brain. And I am also as at last week Thursday, but as at last week Wednesday, exactly a week ago, and he did 13 of these regions are pro bono area. So meaning say yeah 13 out of the 16. Say Aka Western North and the Wild region, Western region, and a Central region. These are the three remaining regions.
Regions are Aka.
I know yeah, say and Yama to 2 year and check a big year, not so if you then would have completed the 16 regions. No, we have a fair idea and appreciation of the issues on the ground, what went wrong, what went right. And how we can chart a new path. Yeah, share no so yeah, dear no so better too. Near the committee and also no echo share. And almost what they heard from the grounds, what they saw, and normal recommendation near the total. And that is how effectively
regions now. Why am
we meet every elected and appointed constituency executive.
Okay.
Members of the Council of Elders who are present are Mutiminya and Wademba. Patrons of the party, and we've done that in all these regions that we visited.
The idea some more form a meeting it take monomo kasa we are and say
okay, so
like open forum.
This is how it works. The host regional minister and the regional chairman also so Emaya Kwaba no Yabusa Kwanso. Then we use the opportunity also as a party. All the officers of the party we speak.
Okay.
From national Nasara coordinator to the national chairman. Obia also the nanu disem etuja. Then the regions also no ekasa. Constituencies and so every constituency an opportunity. As so the one also anu disem the tuja. Their concerns, what the constituency party feels. No who say ko ye, no say a sacred. And so in effect it tells you that the MPP we are looking into the next election.
The next election. Into Yemra 2022 and timetable are now they might see January.
Polling station elections. The polling station election. February near electoral area coordinators. Also Abato.
Okay.
Then March near constituency elections.
Okay.
Constituency executives.
Next year March.
Then next year April. Now you can call regional executive elections.
Okay.
Now you know you will make one a year from now. No, near Shisheniama towards June next year to elect national
executive
of the party. Now parties also would you media Mrena Edu a person be also then who be shame. Mikra book be why I chose so says will be to me
we're a new patriotic party polling station register and attendance record book of members.
That's right. So basically, now, if you're a member of our party, baby, now all these are the members of our party. But Omudini and Kwahumanim, Omudini and register. It's the view of the national party. Say, if you are a member of the party, you should be a registered member at a polling station. And you're national and Tuaba. Regional office BNY Tuaba. Yabano constituencies in him. Emunia Tuaba. Inti Sammi Awuku a member of the MPP. I should be a member of the party with my roots being from a polling station. To be a or a party ni your man on Wakwenya say or an opportunity say and when you do not see roll out in every polling station we will have this register. But we also will guide against infiltrators.
How would you? I know when they say.
You will form be waha. I will share form this one.
Okay.
The do one also recommended to the party by a registered member. Registered party member. And this registered party member now I recommend you say bonsu. So I kind of party no no see you on ID. And then no so one back you see or no so switch ko find out deeper now or recommending about party. Say or you be no credit only share the same values. Also a new entrant or baby room. It's also good to be who or no more the thoughts, the values, and it's only a dear no equa. Not so you'll be so where if baby no be joining so we owe it as a duty to also do some background checks as a party.
But so unim the job that entails and say you follow even the 2020 elections. Now you nipa to abama more in excess of 6 million people. Say say as more target more expected nipa be 6 million upon a register. That's huge. And this meticulous idea okay mube timi aye.
Obi onya obey catch no why be that. It's meticulous, but the job must be done because you are talking about the membership of a party. You're freedom party be here, but you count positive numbers. Into be obedon uku no ebebo amana konanim or no share the same ideas. Ye kwa obekobi, ye ba obebebi. Nipa no tie ne kasem ne yemu or NPP constitution nidi or NPP and tradition nidi. And Ojidi said the NPP is a party of choice. Yeah, man, you could bit me a boy, I'm a Ghana, so no baby. Your person you could see any in that channel, and also bit me a baby. So, yes, it's going to be meticulous, and that is why the party will deploy thousands of people for this exercise to make sure that every polling station is covered, and to also make sure that Obibiana Obabe Fele former, yeah, true, needing, yeah, register no. Yeah, and yes, I want to know also no card. Ebebania be sa infhwehwe mu no see you need to say be a issue and party card is a preserve of the party. The fact that obefele form on say you entitled to a party. But
muni fears be as your colleagues in the NDC attempted BBC and they had problems.
I think there's a separate, First of all, the fact that Obabe a member of the party doesn't make you put you in a position to contest for a position in the party. That's it. So Obabe join party now, there are rules and regulations that govern processes that leads to the elections of polling station, constituency, region, national. Should have been a party member in good standing for a number of years. Should have been a party member, an active member of the party. Should have been somebody beating the and Sashi Jem Akaseweno, Yanana Neko, Yanaba, and a yenim. And it's different from say, a wholesale approach. Some betro midin and a mammy an opportunity to also get elected.
But the fear, and I think what happened with the NDC, the NSA, they suspected, say, some people from the NPP and also more opponent infiltratees our more data. No, the amount for Babeji or Mokada, they did not believe in the core principles of their party. Munisa fear nibi.
Oh, sir, we are also safeguarding this process. It's in the hands of the constituency parties. It's also in the hands of our polling station executives who have been there with us. The constituency party never supervise the work of the polling stations. And these polling station executives, they've been with you before our Kotwaba. And the polling station, Biano, and cover more than 600, 700 people who vote.
Okay.
Anya no be anymore is a very net society. Onipanity area Hong Kong, you know, come our wedding in times past. You know, come any D was abroad on so. It cannot be said Sabbath party be at the end. No pay Matis MPP Chocho didn't miss or man in Abuja friend member. Yeah, Miss Menya Boajin to me, baby, and Conessa. All we are saying is that a party grows based on its membership strength. The MPP is willing to give opportunity for anybody like-minded, or GND, or GNMIAD, or the vision of the philosophy, the shared values of our party. Any Yenema, Yedise, Yedibugane, Yedino, Nipani were coming into our fold. This should not also stop people, say, because of the fear. We need to choose hope over fear. Because of the fear factor, say, may sideline, then the party, we are not building a strong party. Yes, Obama, there are rules and regulations. You know, your party at a polling station, we know you will be any will be any Jumo Biedi. It cannot be said there also about 50-50 in a community. About 50-50 near the Wabba party leadership at the base.
Okay. And we know this registration process, the best I see that
we need to get the approval of the National Executive Committee.
Oh, okay.
And it's in a year round, led by the national chairman and the leadership. And also the general secretary normally talks about it. Yeah, kasa. And it's been your person obianya a fair idea. Then your party leadership National Executive Committee. For hours, I can't want them at neck. We took the opportunity to engage them now in the regions. Into National Executive Committee. Say, I didn't come any bedi and a Thomasum then they support and approve it. So on Banam did say, no, we are not the entry break, and idea beboy here, or mobile they can then express an opinion. But idea as a party, it's me and year will give us a fair idea of our membership strength as a party. And see a basa okwa now we GOTV, get out the vote.
Yeah.
Which means area out of Nipa 500, no? Means more membership of 350 or 400. So be a metro mamekra and a new person and TM campaign no manifesto and Mumpa. This 300 to 350 people, if I'm able to follow up with calls and engage them, I'm likely to get them to the polls.
Okay, into I just say neck decided.
Neck must
man a blessing.
Neck man a blessing. So neck a man a blessing. Now in the same committee at the name we prepare the agenda for neck.
Yeah.
Not neck and that's also bobo on the way no. So the neck is made up of all the regional chairmen, plus the national officers of the party, plus our deputies, national deputy officers.
Okay.
Also plus the presidency, the president and the vice, and also the chief of staff. Then parliamentary group necessary representation on the bar. And also the sector committee heads and the subcommittee heads. One more that parliament committees are not part of our leadership.
Part of neck.
Also bad neck.
Oh, okay.
It's not a small body. And the national councillor and we are conformable now plus more of our MPs, about 20 or so, plus other regional representation. Our regions not to about a year. Some original name. Almost about 100 or little over 100. And the National Council.
Okay.
But NEC is around 60 or so.
60 people.
60.
And the Osafomafo committee report, no? Idea. The public,
it's never been made public.
The public.
In fact, after the 2008 elections, to the Heyman Committee. And it was to guide us internally as a party, make amends, the recommendations of the buyer, and the party also followed it up. And then they recapture power again in 2016. We so na dia we kase okotobu newsstands abenya copy. And the MPP your tradition. Let me also tell you say you printed copies. We have printed a copy.
A report
was just a copy that was printed. And that copy is given to the party. Yeah, the general secretary Nensa. The general secretary Nekrem on behalf of the leadership of the party. And he said, oh, no, Chef and Boomer is Okaya. Okaya be a homo and
why you note?
Sani, I was a committee report of the party. Party after that, I was always the election. Yet a committee. National officers of the party, we face that committee. I'm telling you today. More recommendations are there, but internally we used it. The report, we only made a copy. And Osafomafo committee report, just a copy of it, just as it was done in the Heyman committee. Heyman committee, printed a copy in the party, just a copy. The party supervised for them to erase every trace on the computer.
Really?
Yes. Our use here for the typing and the printing. And we destroyed any other gadget and not store the data. Obibeka says like a court. It's not a court, but it's also to protect the party. Because this is a document, and it's in the hands of your opponent. Mano Ejumani Yodi. So yes, yesterday they presented just a copy. We've supervised for them to also clean their computers, and they are almost a yes Ejumadi now. Any tools that we give them, the party has taken it back. Now, partners will use IT specialists to also check to make sure that there are no traces.
Traces for baby.
They themselves.
And you trust the members will be any.
Our time-tested values and tradition gives me hope to say will be any copy, and I can confidently say will be any copy.
But if an exercise to review my performance in a general election, which general election are party 6 million plus votes. As we speak, ABIS, I feel I'm going start exercise to register more members.
That's right.
But I'm more members or more core members of the party. Why do you think they should not be in the known as to what really happened in the election?
And nobody will give you an inkling as to say be recommendations to be happening. And now if you share your party leadership, look, leadership of the party at the constituency. We implement the decisions of the party at the base. Into one money, I say, and near far regional executive, regional party organization, a demo, your new maka, and a national social, your near my near far appointees of government, your new Musubishi aka, and then near my ABGD say, ye say, a bema breaking the 8 and easy. We take steps to do that as a party. Inti Obi, don't be on the lookout for a copy. You won't get it. And it won't leak. Any other thing because the way access from the it will be
Hey,
I can tell you for a fact.
In the Mekai executive summary, the mouse is here. Oh,
that's primaries back parliamentary primaries.
Yeah.
So national security report. Better any more of a candidate. Also, no report. More canon.
Sorry.
I can tell you the reason why I print a copy is that you're the share nipa bakope on behalf of the party.
Which is the general secretary.
Okay. International officers obekwabe pe bia kan wo no amne asi e kan no ya kan ma sani abeya document ni leak here, you don't have to move wide.
Yeah.
Because bakope the share.
Okay.
And in the past it's never leaked. Your time-tested tradition as a party.
And that tradition,
and I can tell you, say, even members of the committee, or the individual opinions, the buyer, then they put it together as a report. None of the members of the committee, and on the say what kind of report no cover to cover. Someone will say, what you make of the Uncle and how you also saw it. I face also know the memoranda, and also interviews are my. But a member of the committee can so know there what kind cover to cover. That is how the MPP behaves, and that is our character. Inti so you cannot also protect the party's image, the party's structure, and the brand. Inti yes, we are yet to go through, deliberate upon it, but. Whatever the recommendations are, we believe that you share the eminent persons on that committee, led by the Venerable Yao Safumafu himself, also assisted by Madame Sheliayo Kubochi, Foreign Affairs Minister. You have Minister Mohamed Awao. You also have the Honorable Osei Prempe, former MP for Insita Kwamai, MD for Goel. You also do have Mr. Fred Owari, who has been first vice chairperson of the party at the national head office, and a host of others. And so far, no, Akoye and Madame Samantha Fogo, Bubaka Fogo, our national ambassador to Namibia. So these are distinct, and a Papa also Ankoma. Yes,
High Commissioner,
former majority leader, High Commissioner to England, to the UK, and also know why member of Parliament. So these are distinguished persons that you have, and we trust that the Juma no Mako and necessarily Juma Idimo, and as a party, no. You see, the biggest room in the world is the room for improvement, and all over the world, no, political parties are improving. You win, political parties are formed. For me, to win elections, to prosecute their manifesto and agenda, to move the nation forward. Inti, over the years you keep improving. Maybe I'll share say a hono na ujidi say sorry BM na omo anamo no then for instance we share the last election the NPP we lost 49 constituencies.
49
yes, in the 2020 general
elections.
And then we also snatched 17 of these constituencies from the NDC.
In the Mulusu 49 and we need 17.
Yes. And you know, there was this widespread that you said, yeah, in your primaries, until you lose. But I'll share the data. And so out of the 49 constituencies that we lost in the 2020 elections, 32 of them, yeah, primaries.
Primaries meaning say competitive
17
primaries.
Yeah, competitive primary, but 32 out of it, yeah, primaries. Into analyze the data, no, auto boss, so no, na afi washing. It was also our share seat in India, na NDC in 20, let's say in 2016, out of the 49 constituencies, NBP lose here, yes, snatch 17, if he NDC honor. But Osha, in the 2016 general elections, out of these 49 seats, 36 were those we snatched from the NDC.
Free NDC.
In 2016. So a seat you won for the first time.
Okay.
And so what they told the political parties, we keep improving. And the MPP, we have a character. In 2016, we had just about 106 to less than 110 seats in parliament. But in 2016, 2 years, let me add 169. And then year call 2020 about you the 137 plus 1, and 138. And it's me at the winning. Near Embomi Hune said, CIA near my year, you rally round our president, you rally round the leadership of the party and government. That is when it makes it easier for us to break the 8. Obi bia oti your party supporter. Don't be deceived. We can only break the 8 when President Akufo-Addo is successful in a second term. Because Ghana will vote on the record of the MPP administration led by President Akufo-Addo for 2017 to 2020 and 2021 to 2024. And none from the Embeton Senieni. Obesha 2017 to 2020 and whom Contabo any judgment Ghana for passing during the elections.
Yeah.
Now, for us to break the 8 in 2024, Ghana for the Everton Senieni, no much say indeed, the NPP promises some baby in the area of industrialization. And here in a party, no de Ghana akwa. And it's good. Say we are all together now. We are going to fix the nation, fix our country. Ubesha, government's drive for industrialization. So far, no, Abamba, the entire 232 projects under the 1D, 1F, one district, one factory. Out of these 232, implemented, no, it was 76, and no completed and operational. So meaning the 76 there, factories are out of the 232. 232, no, the people now at the various stages of completion. If you are 70%, you are 60%. Now, we 76 projects now, completed and operational now. 28 of these projects are greenfield. You can say greenfield, I just know they are not startup factories are from scratch. And now 48 of these projects in your brownfields. Near government buy na ewoho, ibu no yamwa to expand. First, no nipa be 50. To say government support into wafeni pa be 500. Sa companies ebekanwa. That's what I'm saying. Say you have about 76. No, I can give you several of these instances. The greenfields. Kobe bit to say Aguna Secho South. Western there they are into small scale production and rice farming. Even though Abayan Bibiano, they are also about commencing. What they call baby to say Asankare in their Asante Achim South. Agro Africa Limited. Into production and processing of piggery, 100% Ghanaian owned. Obi, the document is here. Now, me and also so.
But Osha, despite way, the youth, and when you monitor the trend Twitter and Facebook, as part of the things the experts are buying be fixing, youth unemployment. What it means is that the impact of Sadia, is not being felt.
Obi, these two major articles, and I was doing a research and now how much and first of all, let me say, sir, let nobody pretend they say we are in normal times. And anytime our youth they complain about what they go through, you don't meet them a strong disagreement. And that is why this government is a listening one. Obi, abaya or dream mebu no dachia, and I don't kufuado abaying. Onye number one, now Becca number one in the world. Obi Mikwa, this coronavirus, how the pandemic has changed the world economy. And I extract from the BBC.
Okay.
If you are suffering now, first time I think you're yentiapo. But they say they're yare. Because economies across the world now are shattered. It got to a point last year about half of humanity near under some form of lockdown. Obi, ama ahochra abawi on Ghana is no exception. And that is why government sympathizes with each and every Ghanaian every day. On also best sorry, akasena first, masitine ye, se no masitine no ayedin. And it's also because first, nyama nka wo kraba, eye wo import, and then nyama wo koton wa monene export. Se bi nko ene biaba. Se wo hwe obi adwen more about the health and in safety. Into my bread and butter, no so this was a government in the midst of the pandemic last year, and I'm confident that the West is behind us. But what gives me hope is that this is not a government in your darkest hour or better than in a church. And I say this because when I held professionals in the midst of these were predominantly young people who are near found in the health sector near there. And they came face to face with the virus because of the line of duty. Aban say yen to market him, yen more incentives, yen support him. Businesses are now the breness. And now call the hospitality industry, and according to this report, they've lost billions of dollars because they say, Obi, why not any Seaman Jolly Koda Hotel? Because they say, no, Jack, Obi, I doing home. And I will to hotel. And no could be man so I quarantine for 2 weeks. 2 weeks, maybe I'll maybe 3 days. You won't spend that 2 weeks at a hotel. So you end up not doing face to face, you do more of online. Baby to say the entertainment industry. And sometimes my heart bleeds because many of our entertainers, our movie producers, our actors, our actresses, our singers, Saben Koko performing will show beer and unyane bear 10,000, 5,000 be edeko. And the grand artist squad unyane 2K, 3K beer, 1 Ghana for your pocket or their copy baby. But Obi says no because of the pandemic. Unipan Oshosa all carbon tiako show. We could get fee of 50 cities, but the area by fear it would cost him. So yes. We are going to fix Ghana together, and we are fixing it. Now, what gives me hope is that Obi said Rome was not built in a day. But when you have hope, said the builders of Rome are not stealing the building materials, then you know Rome will be built. And Nana Akufo-Addo represents that leadership. Say, yes, we are going to rebuild this our Rome, which is Ghana. And we'll make sure, say, myself, my government, nobody will steal the building materials. And of course, South Africa, and according to this report, wages, you're slashing. I can tell now, everyone say now 1,000 Ghana cedis a month. A binary says, I won't change this. Oh, this on for being can. Meanwhile, na sitting in my head, your recurrent expenditure, a cost row. Konyama na wo totono, and Yama na wo tokra de befie, and then where do you know? And who born a cost row? And it's true, no fault of who the consumer, but the global crisis we find ourselves in. It's now in South Africa, what take aketua, so Ghana buying one tea aketua to the extent because president said, or no crying not buying dear. One more dear, one more general, me and fat into more Emma. I'm saying when you have strong leadership and a compassionate leader, a bow in the drive, say, and they got to a time I about bemu not towing levy as some more Ghana. A buying a buying a Akufo-Addo buying a buy. It was passed before. About a man for no
bleedy.
Yes.
You review it, me and so Obi. Mobo on the Rabayan chance. But don't call first aid kits, DVLE. A buyer knows the cost of this first aid kit, a year tramini. A man says, let's look at this place. Namun hold on, Montreal. So many other things are about Ekosiisen, and I'm saving for on the crown. I think that in the situation we find ourselves in, the solution will not be a demonstration. Me, I have been an agitator general on the street. I have participated in demonstrations and been part of leadership of demonstration. When the leadership is not honest, when leadership no situation woman sabe or show any no catch or zell can cry me more. Now we can no do what tell me idea. They know that we no wow. But when you have a leadership that listens, a buyer we are willing to engage, or can say near in so tough for more than you're more remucran you bet it here, see at the bois. Look, this COVID period last year, a moonsio near dear na ever free, and a baby kind budget. And people thought say Abai is asking us to pay for last year. No, Abai says it's a situation when we get out of it. If anything little we can contribute towards the national purse. Yenan yemwa. Senebeya neya if we are suffering na isume dum yen. Ubi kra ball besia no join the man for home first. It will get to a point where you will have to look within for survival. And you agree with me, sir, Yariana no ye ding. Master face mask, we have to turn to our own local tailors. Seamstresses. Nebwa. Yeah, they yes, and to my DBA, Master, or the foul anymore. No, Obi bet me a channel the 1 week. Just a symbolic so the Bibia Catan and whether virus be a big gumas or who no fun. But I'm just saying, so we have to look
in some of the points you've raised.
Yes.
And people like
I am not the one. I'm not the one saying. Osha renowned economist near the day. Omar Wedarimu and saying world versus an economist explains what COVID-19 has done to the global economy. And Utier we used to say, or say how the pandemic has changed the world economy. Osha countries like Canada, Osha countries like UK.
Go in the non-person kind BB and someone like Kuja Blackwa, for example, and post TV on Facebook say. No one can deny that there is a great deal of anger and insipid disillusionment all around us. The youth of our country cannot take it any longer and are justifiably leading the charge for urgent solutions. The leadership response must not be to launch cowardly attacks on them with fix yourself first or fix your attitude campaigns, which can only be tantamount to dereliction. If there are challenges with attitude and mindset in our country, then leaders must be courageous to take responsibility. For as our elders say, the fish rots from the head. Do you get a sense, say, Ebia, more underestimate the power of the Ghanaian youth to demand for change?
For somebody who has been a national youth leader before. And Pimpin will say, I may they demand two things from you. So Domano and now you're a leader. They want to find in you a sympathetic ally.
Yes.
Say never me go through no. You sympathize with me. And they also want to find in you a trusted companion.
Yes.
So you'll be a meet me ajiwedi. Say what can was more I can take it to the bank. Now let's weigh these words. First of all, the MPP doesn't underestimate the strength of the Ghanaian youth. We've never underestimated. In fact, the youth, they were the driving force for the MPP's victory in 2016. Across all the tertiary campuses in Ghana, NPP won almost 92% in 2016 and almost repeated same in 2020. A face with also about government interventions, about programs in the area. In every sector now, this government has performed creditably well. But in the midst of this, I also expect the politicians to be political. And I have absolutely no worries with the post of the Honorable. But I disagree. And that is why we are not disagreeing and hiding behind cowardly attacks. We are disagreeing on a matter of principle. I disagree with him because one, this government is not turning a blind eye to what is happening.
Kachi no.
And the Ekosiisen say no. Mama wati asiye say enye limited to Ghana. She yari way obi na ekokosi wo baby. Wachi sell na te Ghana no. Ohu China da. Obuwa ohu Wuhan hono. Meme am tell me be Wuhan wo China. Beneme ne uti way no. Ye de ade akata yenim ebo mask because adan wasem bi esi obi krom no. And a year and a year brown. Apart from China, almost economy grew at 2.3%. Almost all the entire world economy, and the economies of